Hey friends, this is the first of several little videos that I want to do over the Chart of Accounts and USALI, or the Uniform System of Accounts for the lodging industry. Now, the Chart of Accounts is not the most exciting topic, but it's where most of the differences in the hotel industry stem from, and it's really a lack of understanding of the Chart of Accounts where most mistakes are made on the financials. So let's start at the very, very beginning. What actually is a chart of accounts? The chart of accounts is just a numbered list of accounts that you'll use in your accounting system. Everything posted in your accounting system must use an account number from your chart of accounts. So for that reason, it really is the foundation of your accounting system. Before anything else can be created in your accounting system, you have to have your chart of accounts in place. So those accounts are then going to be organized and put into different categories with formulas to create your financial statements. So your financial statements are made from your chart of accounts. The financials won't reflect something that's not in your chart of accounts. It's the most granular piece of your financial data. So for instance, you may want your financial statements to show how much money was spent on legal fees. But if you don't have an account for legal fees, your team's probably been coding the invoices to professional fees. Then all you could see on your financial statements is the total that you spend for all kinds of professional fees, but not just legal fees specifically. Make sense? If you want additional detail on the financials, you have to have those accounts in your chart of accounts. So another example that we see all the time is that a lot of the time the PMS, so your front office, your front house system like Opera or Fosse, will have more detail in it than the actual chart of accounts and your back of the house software. So if your PMS shows every single item that you sell in your snack bar, but your back of the house accounting system only has an account, say for pantry income, pantry revenue, then all those items on the PMS are going to be lumped together into pantry revenue. And it's pantry revenue that you're going to see on your income statement. You cannot see more detail on your financials than you have in your accounts and your chart of accounts. Okay, so I think we've got that covered. Now that you know what the chart of accounts is, let's discuss the basic structure of a hotel-specific chart of accounts, because it is a little bit different than the ones you may have seen in other industries. So in school and in many other industries, a chart of accounts is listed in order of account type as follows: assets, liabilities, equity, and then income and expenses. So that's all the balance sheet accounts first, and then all of the income statement accounts. Now, the hotel industry is similar in that balance sheet accounts do come before income statement accounts, but the difference is that the income statement accounts are broken down by department. So instead of having all of your income accounts and then all of your expense accounts, a hotel chart of accounts will have the income accounts for the rooms department, then the expense accounts for the rooms department, then the income accounts for the F&B department, then the expense accounts for the F&B department. So when you look at a hotel chart of accounts overall, the income statement just kind of looks like a jumble of income and expense accounts. That can really throw you off if you're new to the hotel industry. I know it did for me. It may look a little mixed up and disorganized, but stick with me. There's actually a really good reason for the accounts to be listed that way, and it ends up being really helpful to you. So with the chart of accounts broken up by department, you can easily focus on the performance of just that one department at a time. And you can run a report for all the activity for just that one department. So like if you wanted to run the GL detail just for food and beverage, you could run that and give it to the food and beverage manager. All right, so let's discuss hotel standards and why I keep referring to a standard hotel chart of accounts. What actually determines that? So it's the Uniform System of Accounts for the Lodging Industry, or USALI, or USALI. It's kind of a detailed textbook. It states that the primary purpose of the Uniform System of Accounts is to provide operating statements for hotel owners, managers, and other interested parties with information that is unique to the lodging industry and is consistent with U.S. GAAP. So even though we're really talking about the chart of accounts, and the book is called The Uniform System of Accounts, we have to keep in mind that the purpose of knowing the accounts is to provide useful operating statements. So many banks now require financial statements to be in USALI format, and brokers and investors are often not even willing to consider purchasing a hotel or even looking at their financials if they're not in USALI format. And also, let's remember, the purpose of the uniform system is to provide useful operating statements so that you can make good business decisions. So even if you aren't required to be using USALI financials, they're going to benefit you in the long run, especially when you're trying to make comparisons between your own hotels and your portfolio, or even comparing hotels in your comp set, like across the board if you're using the Star Report or HotStats. So if you want to buy a copy of the USALI, you can go to hftp.org to get that. All right, so we've covered what the chart of accounts is, how the hotel chart kind of differs from other industries, and where we can find the standards for the hotel industry. So on the next video, we're going to learn about key considerations that you need to make when putting together your chart of accounts and how to know if it's time to revamp your chart of accounts, because you might want to make some changes to it. All right, I hope that was helpful. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you for watching this week's video. These videos are designed to help you build your team, make your financial statements even more helpful, and ultimately, save you money. If you haven't signed up to receive these videos weekly, please do so below. And if you know someone who this would help, send it their way. All right, have a great day.